Welcome to week 2 of your training plan for the Runderwear Festival of Running in April this year. Whether you're following the 5k, the 10k or the half marathon training plan, things move along a little bit this week. So you might see a few more minutes on your long run, you might find that you're doing a few more interval efforts, perhaps your threshold efforts get a little bit longer. Whatever it is, we're looking to stress your body just a little bit more because that's how you gain fitness, as you recover from and adapt to that stress. So things move forwards, but you won't yet be starting to see the full effects of the training you did last week. Be patient. Next week or so, you're beginning to start to feel some of the effects of the training you've done so far. But if it's anything like it is down here in Bournemouth, when you step out of your front door, it is bitterly cold. It is really cold out, and I am definitely aware that down here in Bournemouth we're experiencing warmer temperatures than most of you are in the rest of the UK. So what does that mean for your running? Well, you might find that the first few minutes of your run feels just a little bit harder. You might find that your heart's having to work harder, or you're having to breathe harder to hit the paces that you'd normally expect to in normal 10, 12, 14 degree running weather. Or you might find that you're not actually quite able to hit the paces that you would otherwise hope to do. In cold weather, our body doesn't recruit muscle fibres in quite the same way as it normally would do. So neurally, we're not able to fire muscles as efficiently. So for the same effort, we're not able to produce the same amount of force. Our blood vessels also constrict a little bit. It's called vasoconstriction, and that means your heart has to work that bit harder to force the same amount of blood through to your muscles. If you think about it, when we run, we're demanding a lot from our muscles, and that requires a lot of blood flow. But in cold weather, our body wants to divert a reasonable amount of that blood flow to our internal organs to keep us safe. So again, the heart has to work that bit harder to get the same amount of blood flow out to your working muscles. And finally, in cold weather, our body likes to burn a little bit more carbohydrate. So the stored glycogen in your muscles tends to burn up at a slightly faster rate. And all of this stuff goes to make running feel just that bit harder in the cold. What can you do? Well, there's some obvious stuff. Wrap up warm, make sure you layer up. Make sure you allow a little bit longer for your warm-ups. Probably a lot of you are used to going out the door and within 2 or 3 minutes hitting maximum speed. Give yourself 10, 15, 20 minutes and warm up progressively and gradually. Maybe include some active stretching mobility work, maybe even some running drills. Spend time in your warm-up and warm up properly. And when you do get indoors, make sure you refuel well and quickly afterwards. And finally, I think it's worth saying we tend to be a little bit over analytical about our training. In this cold weather, that doesn't pay. So be patient with your training, be kind to yourself. If you're not quite hitting the paces you'd hope to, there's a really good reason why. Have a great week of training, and I will catch you next week. Enjoy.